Hey guys, today it's day 3 to 4, so today's day 4, but I was also working on it yesterday. I just didn't have time to record it yesterday, so today I made a lot of changes, fixed some bugs, and yeah, let's just get right to it. So today, so basically the things I worked on today, well, the past 2 days, is audio manipulation. So basically being able to set the volume to whatever you want by telling them what volume you want. Like you can say increase the volume by this amount, decrease this amount, set the volume to this amount. And then there's also two other things is you can skip songs, and then you can also play any song you want on Spotify. So yeah, let's just go through it. So these are the new libraries I used. So Pycaw window. Honestly, actually, I don't think this one actually works anymore. I can probably get rid of it, but I'm gonna keep it there just in case I forgot something and like that's in this file, and actually still works. So we'll keep it there. And then for audio manipulation, we use these ones. I don't really get it too much, but yeah, I'll explain on the way. And then word to number, it's basically whenever, let's just say I say 75 or 75, um, this library will actually convert my strings because it'll say 70, like SEVENTY, right? And it converts it to an integer. So this is really helpful to convert audio, like saying audio words, audio numbers, into actual integers digitally. So that's good. So the first thing we talk about is the first thing I'm gonna talk about is this one, the volume, setting up the volume. So basically, we need to get all the speakers, and then I'm not really sure how these work. Honestly, I kind of watched the video and just copied them. But yeah, so this one just basically sets up everything, and then this one here, it's basically it converts all the words into integer values. So basically, let me actually maybe okay. I'll talk about it later. Actually, let's just skip this part for now. So basically, over here, did I work on this? Define focus app. Oh yeah. By the way, so this was probably the previous one. So here, this was the previous one. Windows, get windows. So it'll get the window, and then it'll activate the window. So basically, it'll set the window to the main screen. But that one kind of bugged out sometimes. So I'm just gonna use the OS star file because basically it's the same thing. It basically puts that file into the main screen, so it works the same, but there's a bit of a delay. So I did set some time for it to sleep, so we can actually have time to switch tabs and actually be like focused on it, and then you can use the other commands. So the audio out. Oh no, we already did that. So the new things today is this skipping songs. So basically, if I say "Hey Bill," and skip songs, and then they'll say skipping song. Honestly, I might not actually do skipping song. I'll keep it there just in case. But basically, this here says if they detect Spotify's opened, so it doesn't mean it's like tabbed in. It just means that you have Spotify opened. It'll focus to Spotify. So this is the function that I wrote up here. So it'll start the file, and then basically let's just give it a little bit of delay. They have a delay here, and we have another delay here, so it gives it extra time too. And then basically control right. So that's a hotkey in Spotify that lets you skip a song. So it's a really simple one. And then playing a specific song. This one took a bit of time actually. Um, yeah. So basically, Hey Bill. Oh yeah, we don't really need these, but this is just for the console, just to make sure, just to test stuff. So basically, if I say "Hey Bill, play the song," or sorry, if I say "Hey Bill, play song Stitches," right? It'll save words equals words that replace. Sorry, I did this like yesterday, I think. So it takes some time to actually remember what this is. But basically, it strips "Hey Bill" and plays song from the string words. So instead of "Hey Bill, play song Stitches," it just becomes Stitches. And then basically it says playing song, and then the stripped string, which is Stitches. So playing song Stitches. And then basically yeah, since words is just now called stitches, if Spotify.exe, so if it's opened, we focus Spotify, and then if it's not open, we open Spotify. And since opening Spotify takes actually quite a while, to actually, you know, focus and stuff, we give it much more time. And then basically, so when Spotify's focused in, so I'll just show you an example. So Spotify's focused in. So when it focuses in, I say do Control K. So basically that's the search hotkey in Spotify. So see how it takes a bit of time. That's why I give it 8 seconds. Control K. That basically lets you search up, and then basically write the words. So the words is the stripped version. So stitches, that's the word. So it's type stitches, and then you see how here it says Shift Enter to play. That's the hotkey. Shift Enter, and that plays this. If you just did Enter, it'll do this, and then it's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But basically, if you did stitches and then Shift Enter, oh sorry, I should do it this one. Shift Enter, it plays it like that, and then after that it escapes. So it makes the UI easier to deal with. So yeah, that's basically it. And then basically player pause, yeah, we had that before. Manipulating the volume, that one took a very, very long time, and you would think this is actually the easiest one, but no, it actually took a while. So I used it, I actually don't remember, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna talk about it because I don't want this video to be too long. So hey Bill and volume, if they're together, then integer value volume in integer form. Oh yeah, so basically if I say hey Bill, set the volume to 20, right? All of it is probably going to be in strings. Even if 20 is an integer value, that doesn't matter, because word to number, the library, is so smart when dealing with converting strings or integers to integers, purely integers. So value int just becomes, oh actually yeah, this is where we call the function words. So let's just scroll all the way back up here to actually now talk about it. So words to integer, and then value. So value is just basically the words, because you see here I set the words, where is it? Yeah, I set words. So basically that's just basically what we said. So if I said hey Bill, set the volume to 20, here it would be for word in value dot split. So the reason why we do dot split is because we want to, if we just did for word in value, it would take every single letter. But if you do dot split, it takes every single word. So basically it will be hey and then Bill, set and then volume, 2 and then 20. So basically they scan every single word. So the first word they scan is hey, right? And then basically they try word to number for this is the command for the word to number thing. And then basically if it doesn't work, so hey cannot be converted to an integer, right? It's not a number or anything. So this will fail, and then it'll just pass through it. So it'll go through every single one. So hey and then Bill, those two are not. Set is not a number either. Volume is not a number. 2 is not a volume. Well, Google doesn't think it's a number. It's just TO 2, and then 20 TWENTY. That word to number will detect, oh, that's a number. It'll set it to 20. And yeah. And then basically let's just say I said, hey Bill, set volume to 25. See, that's where it would get a little bit messy. So they would think I said 20 and then 5. And then basically they'll think that it's 205 if you just concatenate it. So basically that's the reason why I created this list here. So it'll save. So here you see if it is a word, if the word can be converted to an integer value, it'll append that to temp string the list. And that means so 20 and 5 will be appended. And then basically we will do the word to number command again. So basically we join all the values in the temp string. So it'll be 25. And then basically 25 to word to number, they'll recognize it as 25. So if you see here, 2,003,000 like this one, it's so smart. It can just convert it straight to that, or it can even convert integers values. Well, this is a string value, but technically it's just numbers to the same thing. Like it's really smart. So yeah, and even if you say point, I mean, I guess you don't. Yeah. So basically that's the volume. And then this one, it looks really complicated. It's not, honestly. So I'll just explain through it. Oh yeah, by the way, here you see I said a return -999, and this is only if these two don't return anything. So basically that means that if you didn't say anything, any integer values, like any numbers, or they just didn't detect it, they would return -999, and this value we're just going to use as our error value. So basically they're going to tell you, sorry, the volume has not been understood. Okay, and now if I said, hey Bill, increase the volume by 20, right? They'll see, oh, there's increase in here. So basically they'll do this thing. Or if I said decrease the volume, it would detect decrease in the words. And if it didn't detect any of those, we're just going to assume they said, hey Bill, set the volume to blah, 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 right? So just set it to a specific value. So let me just talk about, sorry, this one here. I'm sorry. This is the else value here. So basically, let's just go through this one. This one's the easiest one to understand. So if I said, hey Bill, set volume to 50, right? This value here will think here, value int will be set to 50, okay? So if the value int is greater than 100, so if I said set volume to 101, right? You know, the audio can't go above 101, so it'll just set the volume to 100. If I said -2, of course I can't do that, so it'll be set to 0. Or if it's not, then that means it's between 0 and 100, and that means it'll say I set the volume to the value set. For these ones, elif increase in words. So if so current volume, so basically this one here, it just fetches the current volume. So let's just say my current volume right now is 58, right? And I said, hey Bill, increase the volume by 20. Okay, so it should be 78. So the current volume is 58. And the thing about this here is that, so 1.0 is 100 and 0 is 0. So 0.5 is 50%. So 50% of the volume. So it's 50. So this would be 0.58. So that means the current volume is 0.58. This is 0.58 plus, and if I said increase the volume by 20, the value in will be 20, right? 20 divided by 100 is 0.2. 0.58 plus 0.2 is 0.78. And in this thing, it's considered 0.78, which is 78. So it would go up to 78, somewhere here. And yeah, it would set that there. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it sets it right here. But if you're increasing the volume, so let's just say I'm at 58, right? But then I say increase the volume by 50. That'll be 108, right? So it'll say, so it detects if it's greater than 1. So 108 is 1.08. That's 108 is greater than 100. You can't have 108 volume, right? So it'll just set volume to 100. And it's the same thing as here, just same logic. And yeah. Okay, so this is day 3 to 4, the recording. And I remember in day 1 or day 2, I forgot, but basically I showed that you can actually take screenshots. So, but I didn't actually show in the demo, so let me just do that. So let's just start the file. Okay.
Welcome, Daniel.
Awesome. It says welcome, Daniel. So if I say, let me just show you my screenshot folder. So let's just delete this just to make sure it works. So you can see it's all this, right? So if I say, hey Bill, take a screenshot.
Took a screenshot.
Okay, let's check. There we go. So it did take a screenshot. That's good. Okay, so now let's test the new features. So the new features is volume, and then play a song, and skip songs. So let's just open Spotify. So, hey Bill, play song Baby.
Playing song Baby.
Okay. So hopefully it opens Spotify and actually plays Baby. Okay. Okay, just playing the song. If I say, hey Bill, pause. It's okay, let's just pause it for now. If I say, actually, you know what, let's play it so that you can actually see that. Oh yeah, I remember there's like an echo thing. So basically if this volume was really, really loud, it would have interfered with the microphone, but basically I fixed that. So well, you just fix it in the sound control, the control panel. But yeah, let me set that. So actually, let's do this right now. So if I say, let's just say, what's the volume right now? Volume is 58. So if I say, hey Bill, set volume to 79.
Set volume to 79.
Okay, see, set volume to 79. Hey Bill, decrease volume by 10.
Set volume to 69.
Okay, so decrease by 10. Hey Bill, increase volume by 37. Oh. Hey Bill, increase volume by 79.
Set volume to 100.
So that's too loud. Hey Bill, set volume to 20. Okay, you see, it was really, really loud, but it didn't interfere with the microphone. I don't know if it's because it wasn't facing this way, it was facing me, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but see, so the volume does work. So let's just say I want to do, hey Bill, skip song.
Skipping song.
Okay, it takes a bit of time. Hey Bill, skip song.
Skipping song.
I don't know if you can hear that, but it said skipping song. I think if I get rid of the skipping song, it'll actually get rid of the delay. Yeah, so I'll do that next time. Let me make it a little bit louder. Hey Bill, skip song.
Skipping song.
Okay. Hey Bill, pause. Okay, so I think that's everything I did today. Yeah, oh, actually, let's do another one. But basically, let me tab out. So let's just say I'm in this tab, right? I'm like, hey Bill, play song Stitches.
Playing song stop right I'm like Stitches.
What the? Oh, I don't know why that happened, but oh, it's because I was talking before that. But usually you wouldn't be talking before that, so that wouldn't usually happen. I don't know why it didn't do anything. Okay, wait, let's try again. Oh, it is playing Stitches. Okay, cool. I don't know why it didn't. Okay, I'll do a different one. I don't know what song. Hey Bill, play song Antidote.
Playing song I don't know why it didn't do a different one. I don't know what song Antidote.
Okay, yeah, I probably need to fix that. I don't know. Yeah, should. Oh, it still worked apparently. It's kind of funny. It's a good update. You can hear it though. Yeah. I guess it still recognizes. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna show you guys the demo next time. The next video, day 5, hopefully. Yeah. Thanks.